Yeah, that's.
Oh, we do have
Thank
guest requests. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll let you, if you want to debate with someone else about your opinions, we can do that. But how's it going, Trusty?
It's going well. How are you?
Man, I can't complain. I'm above the dirt, so I'm still winning. A lot of things happened yesterday. A lot of people were saying that these are real events that we should be definitely paying attention to, and a lot of people are saying that it was staged. Which side are you on?
Looks like a real event. Looks like some, I don't know, possibly crazy person. He was a guest at the hotel and then just bum rushed through the magnetometer and then didn't get too much farther after that. So kind of an idiot plan on his part.
Okay, we're gonna bring one more person into the conversation. We got Hamtaro. Hamtaro, how's it going?
What's going on?
I can't complain, man. I want to ask you, man. A lot of stuff happened yesterday. Are you under the opinion that it was real or was it staged?
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that it wasn't staged. And why would and the crazy part is why would anybody act surprised at this point? Like, no, they're faking it again. Like, come on, man. Like,
Well, I'll tell you what, is there anybody under the impression that it was staged? I would love to get people here who disagree. I'm the host. I don't have an opinion inside of this conversation yet. I'm going to listen to you guys, and
yeah,
hopefully I can learn something tonight.
that's the new thing to be mad about, I guess.
Well, I guess we got one more person coming in. Looks like Seema Optic. How's it going, Seema? Are you about to do some weird shit? I don't trust it. Not even about to play around. Not at all. So I have somebody in the chat that's saying it's staged. We have Kinetic. Kinetic, would you like to come up, man? I want somebody here who believes that a disturbed person staying in the hotel. Let me see. What's a skeptical question someone would have? Where did this person get the firearms from? If they're from California, how did they make it to DC with firearms?
Oh,
Well, you could legally own firearms in California, so you could have
it's not that hard.
driven with them. It was a shotgun and
okay.
a handgun, so it wasn't like anything crazy.
Right.
Yeah,
That's true.
You could
Hey,
travel
how's
with.
it going, Miss Joyce? You doing all right?
Good. I am 60 years old.
Oh no, you don't have to do any of
And
that here. I don't ask you your age or who you
okay,
voted for. We just act like adults here. Please don't say pew pew or unalive. I will kick you for that. The word is gun
but
and the word is murder. But besides that, Miss Joyce, what is your opinion on this situation?
I think it was staged. I really
And
do
you have
think
a
it was
piano in your
staged.
background, and it sounds beautiful. But why do you think it was staged, Miss Joyce?
Because the way Cash. First off, he was staying there at the hotel for a couple days. Why didn't the FBI or anything do background checks on all the people staying there? Second, yes, he could have gotten those weapons to on the airplane if they were, you know what I mean. They were registered to him. It's done for hunters and other people. Second, they look at the Cash Patel's face. Look at Cash Patel's face when he's sitting there when everything is happening. They took JD off stage right.
His
They
face.
took him first. They didn't even take Trump first. They took JD first. And then,
Because he was at the end of the table.
like minutes later, they took him exit stage left. I do acting. You know what we do when we exit? We exit stage left.
Okay, I tell you what, Miss
This
Joyce.
isn't
Hold on,
acting.
hold on,
This
Hamtaro. Before you guys have a conversation, let me bring in one more person. I got Miss Gabby. Miss Gabby, how's it going?
Acting.
Hi guys, how are you?
I can't complain. Miss Gabby, I'm going to ask you the same question. A lot happened yesterday. Are you under the impression that that was a real event, or do you think it was staged?
No, I think it was staged. And before anyone comes at me, I will tell you why I think it's staged. I'm dead serious. I don't know how that person got anywhere near that, because if you've ever been to DC, you know how much security they have. You're telling me that the Secret Service and the FBI didn't go in and scope the place out for days on end. I've done a tour at the White House. You have to go through 5 or 6 different security checkpoints to get anywhere near there. So I don't.
This
it
wasn't
just
at the
doesn't
White
make
House.
sense to
This
me.
was at a hotel. Another reason why we need a ballroom is this.
We don't
It
need
needs
a
to be more
ballroom.
secure.
What do you need a ballroom for?
For incidents like now, also not a national embarrassment, so we can hold events, big events in
Okay,
the White House.
so
But
either it's
regardless,
staged, Either it's staged or
But-
social or Secret Service isn't doing their job. So maybe
This is
we
a
need to hire
hotel.
better
I mean, yeah,
people.
that's
This is a
probably
hotel.
but I know, yeah, but okay, so that's happening. People are being incompetent within the government. That's not surprising,
Yeah,
right?
you can't just search everybody freely staying in a hotel. It's illegal.
You're
Yeah,
not.
it's
You're
not like a
telling me that
movie.
the Secret Service didn't scope it out for days before, and the FBI. And okay, so if they're
He's
not
just a
doing
guest
that,
at a
how are we
hotel.
supposed to trust
So
them with
are
Wait,
anything
any of
wait.
else?
us?
I tell you what, guys, I'm going to bring in 3 people at one time so you guys can have this conversation, all right? And all I'm going to ask is, please, fly short planes. Try to keep it to 15 seconds or less so everybody can have rapid fire with you. We all want to take a vacation. But I got Mac Cheddar, Jarrell Anderson, and also Curtis Jacks. Guys, welcome in. I hope that you're all over the age of 18. If you're not, get the fuck out. But please don't say pew pew or unalive or I will block you instantly. Here we talk like adults, we act like adults, and we have great conversations. With that being said, guys, welcome to Civil Discourse. You have the floor.
So this is a hotel that anybody
I
can
think it
freely
was
stay at.
staged. Yes, but they have an advanced team before, so there's no way that should have happened or could have happened like that. It had to been staged, and they would have definitely got the president first. They wouldn't have got him second. They would have knocked Melania ass over, got Trump out of there, and dragged his ass out of there. That's the point.
Well, look like it
Yeah.
happened really
They
quick.
wouldn't.
But again,
There's
this
no
is a
playing around when it
hotel.
comes to
I
that.
don't
Wait,
think.
what about
I'll
Curtis
be
Jack?
honest. I don't
Open
think it
hotel
was
operation.
staged.
What about Curtis Jack?
I don't think it was staged at all. I don't think Secret Service people didn't do their jobs, what they were supposed to do. This shit wasn't staged. I mean, this was in California. Like,
No,
nah.
he was from California.
was
This
in
was in
DC.
DC.
It was
Yeah,
also
it's
staged.
obvious.
It was
They
also
just hate
staged
him.
when Trump he got unalived too at a speech too, huh? That was staged too.
Wait, this was not in
I'm
California.
tired of these
Butler,
fucking
And the
PA.
liberals.
golf course.
No, I'm tired of
Yes, that
liberals
was
that
that was
they just
staged.
fuck. I'm just tired of fucking liberals running their
I mean,
fucking mouth.
you guys sit here and go on about these conspiracy theories for years, and now people are saying conspiracy theories, and you're like, oh my god, how dare you do that?
It
What
was
are you talking
staged,
about?
huh?
What are you talking about?
What was it staged for? Why was it staged? What does that
It
accomplish?
wasn't
What's the
staged,
point of
bro.
But when do
that?
your ear?
I know.
Yeah,
I
what's
don't
the
believe so.
point?
But when
There's
do you?
people
It's
here
just
that believe it
this
was.
world
When
is
do your
evil.
ears?
This world
When,
is evil, and
when do your
people just
ears?
want to go after somebody, bro. This world's
But
fucking
when do your
evil.
ears? When do your ears grow back?
I just think this
When do
world's
you
evil,
get
bro.
your ear growing back?
I either think
Yeah.
people have the devil in them or they have Jesus in them, and that's why this shit's happening.
What
Okay,
Why would
we
this
got
have
2
been
more
what Jesus
people.
are you talking
We have
about?
1 second, guys. We have 2 more
World's
people joining
crazy,
the
bro.
1 second, Curtis. 1 second. We got 2 more people joining the conversation. Welcome back, Miss Anastasia, and also welcome in, Purse. Thank you for being a fan, guys. I'm not going to ask you to tap the screen because this is not TikTok. Okay, if I can get you to tap the screen 10,000 times, I can get you to do whatever I want. But what I will do is encourage you to share this with an adult. Let's get more adults in here. I'm going to rotate the panel. We're going to have some real conversations from people we agree and disagree with. But with that being said, guys, we're back to Civil Discourse.
What's the motivation for this being staged? For people that think that.
They want to get rid of him. The plan is to have JD Vance as president, and he's
sympathy.
old. He
From
has
who?
dementia. What do you
What?
mean?
Who wants to get rid of who?
Who wants
Yeah,
to get
the
rid of
crazy
Trump
people.
and replace him with
JD
JD
Yeah,
Vance?
these
Who's that?
these crazy
Yeah,
liberals and
what do you
Democrats want to
mean?
get rid of him because they're fucking
They don't
idiots.
want Donald Trump as president.
Who?
There's a
Who's
whole
they?
plan behind this.
Who's they?
Who's
Peter
that?
Thiel and the billionaires.
Hell
Peter
no.
Thiel staged this.
No, I
like,
just
for-
think
I can't
I'm
no.
not saying Peter Thiel staged this.
People
I'm
that
saying
want
that
to
they have a whole
unalive
plan.
somebody,
Who's
people that want
they?
to unalive somebody are evil, bro. There's just crazy evil people in this world that don't have a fucking life, that want to
What are you-
fucking not have a job.
I don't
They wanna-
agree. I don't
What-
agree with them
I guarantee
trying
this
to
31-year-old
murder
man.
him.
I guarantee this dude that tried to do this, he probably had no life. He was fucking living on the streets. I bet I guarantee he was a criminal at one point. I
We have
guarantee
his
Teacher of the
name
month.
and information, so that's
He was an
I tell you
elementary
guys
He's a
school
what,
teacher.
teacher.
I'm going to ask a
You already
question.
got him.
How is this able to happen to Donald Trump 3 times within the last 18 months?
Thank you.
People are
Because he's a
Exactly.
big
because
target.
people are
This the fourth
crazy,
time.
bro.
This-
It's
'Cause the
because
left
the
is
Secret
going
Service isn't
crazy?
doing their job, or it's staged. It's really
It's not
only the
Well, they did do
staged.
their job.
So then, is the Secret Service not doing their job?
They
Yeah,
did their
I-
job perfectly tonight.
But they didn't, because this is the 3rd time this has happened to him.
You got to
Because
understand
people
the
are crazy.
situation.
Fourth time.
This was
There's
super
fucking
easy to
idiots
do.
nowadays.
This guy just
the world
bum
is
rushed a
fucking
magnetometer.
crazy.
Dude, you're talking
No,
about
it's
me
just
all
this
the
world is crazy.
Curtis, you're
We
just
have all
keep
these
No, the
fucking.
talking the same shit over,
Reason-
dude. You're just
But the
talking
only
over
reason why I
people, man.
said why, but why I keep on the only reason why I
Yeah,
said
I'll
stage
think it is.
because
I think
the first
Democrats
thing-
are lunatics.
Cool, but
Dude,
that's
will
all
you
you
shut up
said.
for a second? Damn, you
Thank
you
you.
keep on saying the same damn thing. Shut up.
He's
Jesus.
gone. Thank
But
you.
the
No,
only reason
it's
why I said,
because
only
of
reason why
fucking Democrats. It is because of Democrats.
Because
And
of
none of
because
you
fucking
little fucking
Democrats.
fucking
Because
liberal fucking
hold on,
faggots
real
know what you're
quick,
talking
Oh,
about.
you
really,
seem really
And
mad.
then you
what
get
the
all
why
offended
not?
because I call you
Oh,
about.
you seem
And
really
then
mad.
you get all
Shut
offended
up.
because I call
He
you.
dumped me.
I don't know what you got going on, but yo, check this out. I don't know what you think this
He
is.
dumped
You don't act like
everybody.
that in the streets. You're not going to act like that inside of my live, okay? If you want to be unruly, if you want to act ghetto, if you want to act white trash, if you want to act black trash, whatever type of trash you want to be, go be in a trash can. This ain't that place. This ain't it. All right, we're trying to have conversations. Passion is
Yeah, I was
welcome.
trying.
Comedy is welcome. But all that bullshit you coming up, you're a Democrat. No, keep your bullshit at your
dump that
home.
one
It's
person
2 o'clock
in
in the fucking morning. We have been drinking and smoking. We are not trying to hear that bullshit. We trying to talk about what happened yesterday. Keep your Democrat and Republican shit inside of your house. Okay? Cool? I'm cool with conspiracies. I want to hear the fact that people think this is staged. I want to hear the fact that people are crazy that people think this is staged, right? That's what I'm here for. But all that bullshit bickering, man, you could do that with your just gonna bring back up the guest, guys. Give me 1 second. And look, I'm not a mean host, okay? I'm not somebody that's gonna mute you and just block you. All right? You can say everything here. Everything. I told you, it ain't no pew-pew. It ain't no unalive. We can use real words, but we can't act like children. That's gonna get me taken down. We're gonna do this with 4 people. We got a dress here. We got trustee back, Miss Anastasia, welcome in, and also Mac Cheddar. How's everybody doing?
All right, and yourself.
Good to be
Can't
back.
complain.
Can I say something?
No, for sure. Go ahead, guys. This is civil discourse. I'm going to bring people up. Guys, as I bring you up, you don't have to mute your microphone. I just ask that you try to fly a short plane, and we'll all take a vacation with you, okay? But go ahead, man.
So my question is, when Leavitt said shots would be fired, was she saying it in a literal sense or as a part of speech? Because there's a video resurfacing of her saying there would be shots fired. So was it a joke or what do you think of that?
I didn't
I
hear
guess
the
you're
clip.
speaking of Caroline
Yeah.
Leavitt.
Right. Yeah, I didn't hear the clip, but this is going to be an event with the media and a roasting event. So it sounds like a satirical type saying.
I heard the clip. I heard the clip, and he's absolutely right. The person that got caught was highly educated. He wasn't a criminal.
Yep.
He was educated in science, so he was a scientist. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to land my plane real quick. First of all, our military is not that incompetent. I believe that it was staged. We're in an area of surveillance, so there is no way that man can get through there without them allowing him to come through. Our military is not incompetent, so please stop acting like they are. And the very fact that the way everything went down, the president goes first, not the vice president. I don't care if you like him or not, there's a protocol. And second of all, it's a distraction because while we're talking about him, we're not paying attention to a war that's supposed to be going on and everything is collapsing. So they need you to pay attention to something, and they're just trying to figure out ways to get you distracted. That's all I have to say. You guys have a good night and stay blessed.
Thank you for the blessing, Anastasia. Does anybody disagree with what Anastasia said?
Yeah, I think it was pretty easy what he did. He was a guest at the hotel, ran through the lobby, ran through the magnetometer, and was taken down. That was it. That's what happened.
Whether he was a guest or not, it's called
He was.
security and it's called military. I don't care
What do
who
you mean
you are or
military?
what you are. There is no way in hell that man could get through the security that they have
He didn't get
just
through the
because he was a
security.
guest. And most guests are not allowed to go to certain quarters or areas when there's high security. So the
Yeah,
way
he
that
didn't.
he even got in,
He got
it
a few
doesn't even
feet
matter.
past
You
the
keep saying a
magnetometer and was
hotel. I
taken
don't care if
down.
it was a hotel or a highway. They would secure the area to make sure no one can come in because of
It's a
who is there.
hotel.
So
Everybody has to
it
come
doesn't
in.
matter if it was a
It's
hotel or
a
a highway,
hotel.
sweetie. The
But it
military
does
is not
matter.
that
It's a hotel.
incompetent. Okay, because I grew up in the military. Military is not that
Have
incompetent
you ever been
for
to
you
a
to even go
hotel?
there and say that they're that incompetent to let this man come through because he was in a hotel. Get it together, sir. I know people are getting paid to influence and have one thing to go.
You're not
But
answering
stop
simple questions.
rejecting our veterans. Stop
Yo,
making
I
it
didn't
seem
say
like
anything
our
about
military is
veterans.
so incompetent
I
that we
didn't
need
say
another
anything about the
country to govern
military.
us. I don't
hey,
care
You're
what you have to
just
say,
is
sir. I'm
it
finna
you're
get
cloud
off.
just
I'm
flare
gonna land my
military
plane.
filibustering.
Good night. That's all you have to say. Please respect our military. They're not incompetent. We do not need IDF. We have a
Never
highly
said any of
educated
No one
that. You
said
sound
military
like a
anything about
force,
bot.
and
incompetence. No
it's
one said
staged.
that.
Sorry.
You're just filibustering.
Trusty? She got military background. Why you against that? Maybe she knows
I
something that you
didn't
don't know.
say anything about the military at all.
I mean, what she was speaking of.
But
It
I think
seems like
that's
she
I
was
think that's
speaking
what
like,
she's getting at, though. I think she's getting at the fact that National Guard is present, Secret Service is present, FBI is present,
Mhm.
local police is present. How is this person able to make it past all of these people with a shotgun, a handgun, multiple knives,
He
and let off shots to shoot an officer in the chest? How did this happen?
a
he
fucking
barely made
nobody
it
too.
past any of them. He
Barely?
ran
Do
through
it,
the hotel
Trusty.
lobby, then ran through
Yeah.
the magnetometer and shot one shot apparently, and then was taken down. That was it.
You really trust this government, don't you?
Look,
No, I just
when
trust
I
my eyes watching
My,
the
my
security
last
video
time
of what it.
interjecting in this conversation, guys. I see a lot inside of the chat. If you believe that this was real, I want you to put a 1 inside of the chat. If
I
you believe
do.
that this was fake,
I'm on the panel.
and if you believe that this was staged, I want you to put a 2 inside of the chat. I just want to get a general consensus from the chat. 1 if it's real, 2 if it's fake. Sorry about that, guys. You go ahead. We're back to civil discourse.
Has anybody seen the security video that was released of this?
I haven't. No.
Oh, well, they released it already. It was a cell phone camera video of the security camera, but it shows the dude just basically running through a magnetometer and then instantly getting caught. It was it. It was like a 3-second event.
No, it doesn't. I saw the video. It shows him running through a magnetometer, him running past 3 officers. They're pulling out their weapons and not
Yep.
firing. They didn't fire. Why didn't they shoot? I mean,
Because there's a shit ton of people
Hold on.
around.
Alex Peretti is dead. Renee Good is dead.
That's ICE.
They had less
They're not
than
trained well.
Well, these are
You're
Different.
right, but they had
Let's be
less
real.
than. Well, what I'm asking is they had less than a shotgun and a handgun, and
Sure.
and they're dead. Why isn't this person dead?
I'm actually
because there's a
I've been
lot of
asking
other
myself
people
that too
around.
as
Like
well.
it wasn't a safe.
I'm sorry,
Look, every incident is very
because
specific.
there's
don't
a
have
lot
an
of other
answer.
people around.
He don't have
Yes.
an answer for that.
Well,
There
I
wasn't
think
people
that, I
around
think
to
the point
protest
is
with Alex Peretti.
hold on. I think the point is we're comparing completely two different situations, but I did expect this man to be dead, actually. Like I fully expected him. I was very surprised to hear he wasn't. So the fact that we're like, why isn't he, is actually just like probably like a stark commentary on the fact that we're not used to the fact that the perpetrator is alive. So I think like we
Wow.
need to like just like actually call that the fact that he's alive. Wow, cool. Maybe we'll hear his point. Maybe we'll hear it in court. Maybe we'll find out. I don't know. But the fact that like I don't think that's an excuse to say that this is in comparison to the unqualified ICE agents. Like this is an untrained. Like this is completely different. This is Capitol Police. And like I think there's
Yeah,
a
and it's
level
inside a
of
building with
yeah,
tons of people, so they're
yes.
not just
But
They
going
what
to
if
have a
this
fire
lot of
person had a
citizens
rounds
to
bomb?
randomly.
protect. They have
What if
citizens
this
to
person had a
protect.
bomb?
Okay. Why do you think he was shirtless?
Thank
They
you.
stripped him.
Because they took his stuff off.
Oh,
Be,
yeah.
to
so
look
he
for
can have a bomb.
explosives.
Yes.
Okay,
This is
but
what
he
they did.
made
Good
it past 3
protocol.
officers into the building. They didn't shoot. Why didn't they shoot?
Because
they
of
don't
all
need to
the
shoot
crowd.
to kill. That's protocol. That's actually the legal
Secret
protocol. They're
Service shoots to
following the
kill. They
law.
don't shoot to harm you.
No, because of the
but what
crowd
I'm saying is
situation.
they're
I'm
actually
s-
following the law
yeah.
too. Like they're following
I
the law
think we're
to
both
minimize.
speculating.
Yeah.
Piers and I are
Yeah.
speculating. You can see this video. You can
Purse.
see the event. Sorry. There's a crap ton of other people around. These are individual events, but you're not just going to fire rounds randomly at some. Plus, he's sprinting. The guy is just running like crazy. I don't know if you guys go deer hunting like I do, but you don't basically shoot at a running deer that's just sprinting fast. You're just spraying and praying, and you're not going to hit your target.
Is there anybody else on the panel that believes that this may be staged?
I believe that shit was staged, man. I mean, we live in an AI thing and all this stuff. We just never know, especially with this government.
So he was
I mean,
AI.
No, I'm not saying that he was AI. I'm just saying you can't believe everything you see because this is the world stage. Look, they have to. I bet this bring in some type of new law.
What new law?
I don't know yet. That's what we have to see. Every
Well, then why would
action
you say that?
has a reaction to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably some thing that's finna get passed, or like the lady said earlier, is a distraction. You know what I mean? And
If it
hey,
was staged, my opinion would be if this man was dead, I'd say maybe. Like there's just something a little bit about this, like that's even first of all, like I never thought it was to begin with because there's a lot of outrage and this happens. Like people like presidents, especially Trump, have been like people slip through cracks. Things aren't perfect. This happens. And the fact that Trump even went on his press conference to even emphasize why he wanted the ballroom, he's like, this is why I want the ballroom. It's more secure. I don't want to do this at hotels. I don't want to do this other places. Even further kind of proves the point that like, hey, the truth is people slip through the cracks. This man was just got his master's degree in I think CS, like computer science. Like homie he could have just like assembled something really quick, put it around the hotel. Like it's not that bad. He didn't get far. He didn't hurt anybody. No one is dead. If this was staged, I would think there would have been like he is DOA, like dead on
What?
arrival. So there's no way he could come and say anything because then they would be able to perpetuate the narrative. The fact that
Well,
he's
Percy,
alive makes me think he's not. That's
you
all.
bring
That's
up a
all.
really
That's all.
that's a really heavy opinion. We have one more person on the
Okay.
panel. Just want to bring them in. That's Queen. But that's a really heavy
I'm open.
opinion.
I'm open to changing my mind. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, to combat that, I will say this. I will say that the Secret Service is still not funded. DHS has still not been funded, and Trump does want a new ballroom. And this situation helps contribute to both of those narratives. Want to put that out
Well,
there. But
yes, I
Queen,
agree.
how's it going?
Thank
Queen,
you
are you
for
there?
pulling me up. Listen, I gotta appeal for commenting on that in a live stream where they were rerunning it, and I said I'm praying for the other guy and on both sides. And so I just sent up a video, and I'm not advertising because that's not what it's about. I absolutely think it was staged because, fairly looking at the surroundings, that's not going to happen with this guy laying on his stomach and not being, taken out of here. It just doesn't make sense. And the ballroom, he brings that up. That's an indication of his defense, in my opinion, that you're campaigning around that because it's locked up in the courts. And then your ratings is way, way, way down. And I land my plane. It's just a crock up, bull crap, if you ask
Man,
me.
got two new people, guys. Just want y'all to know the rules. You don't have to mute your mic. You don't have to use TikTok language here. We just ask for no hate speech and 15 seconds or less on your plane so we can all take a vacation with you. But
I
welcome
wish
in,
I knew
Miko.
that. Thank
Hey,
you.
Good to see
appreciate
you,
you.
Miko. Good to see you, Janae. How y'all doing tonight?
All right.
All right, man. Good to see y'all. Glad that we all here. But is this real or is this staged? Do you think this is Donald Trump making an attempt to try to bolster himself inside of the media, or do you believe that people really, really hate the president and they're trying to take his life?
A lot of people really hate the president and they trying to take his life, and this is like the fourth attempt that we have already seen. And there's also people that was arrested by federal agents when some people threatened them online, and they went to their house within 30 or 40 minutes. They had arrested and detained other people as well for threatening, for doing the cyber bullying on line or whatever. But this guy, I think that when he sprinted across, it looked like he's been training for this moment. Whoever this guy was, the 31-year-old that tried to come in there with these weapons and pokers.
Cole Allen.
Yeah, yeah, 31-year-old. I think, like I said, I think that he was training for because the way how he sprinted across and passed all the Secret Service, y'all should see that video that they posted. He was so fast.
Oh, he's fast. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
real
man. Full
fast.
speed.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't get much
I
farther than that, though. He got tackled, I believe.
I don't know, guys.
He didn't get
I
all the
mean,
way
we're
to the
talking about the
ballroom.
Secret Service here. We're talking about the Secret Service, and we're talking about a threat to not just the president, but our top officials in the country. I don't think they have time to ask questions. I think it's shoot first. I don't think they were assessing a threat in the crowd. As long as it wasn't the president, the vice president, or the Speaker of the House, I think anybody could have died that night. and then we've
Yeah,
been
But
okay
isn't
with it.
this what we?
yeah,
But
I
hold on,
agree
isn't
with.
this what
Why
we
they
want
didn't
to
shoot him?
happen?
Hold
Isn't
on, hold
this
on.
what
I'm
we
agreeing
want
with
to
the host.
happen?
Yes.
Isn't this what we want to happen?
No,
We
we don't.
want
We
to
don't. We don't
Hold
understand.
want
on, hold
people
on. You
to be
said,
able to
I'll
breach
shut up.
a building with our president inside of
No,
it.
no,
No,
no.
we don't
I,
want
No.
that's
that
not
to
what I'm
happen.
saying.
After
hold
the
on, man.
fact is what
Not
she's
what
saying.
I'm
I can't talk to the
saying.
host.
Thank you, Trust.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're
I
welcome.
can't,
I
I can't
understand you.
talk to the host.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, don't we want people to have their day in court to understand why, to see if there was things funny and to see if there was ulterior, but to understand. Do we just want people being like, oh, something happened and they're dead and we'll never know why? I'm sorry.
If we
I
had
would
an
like to.
FBI and a
Man, you
DOJ that
can't.
we trusted in the Biden administration or the Trump
Okay, so if we're
administration,
gonna be
maybe.
cynical about everything, then
Well,
like I'm
I'm
just
just saying.
saying.
Hold on, man.
We have
Everybody
people.
survived tonight.
Hold
I,
Everybody.
on, wait a
I
minute.
don't
Hold
know
on,
why
wait a
we're
minute.
like complaining about
I'm trying to
the
talk
fact
to the
that
host.
this
I can't
man is
talk to the host on his
alive.
own panel. I can't talk to the host on his own
Okay.
panel.
Yeah, Miko.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, host, I agree with everything that you just said. Far as that, how would he be able to get past the Secret Service? And then on top of that, they know that he had these weapons. Why they just don't open up fire and then unalive this person? I
That's what I'm
imagine
saying.
that was the
I
Because
watch
it's a
people
case.
die for
crowded
less.
event. There's people everywhere. You don't just spray and pray. These are trained officers.
These are
And he
trained
didn't get
officers,
he
brother.
didn't get
Hold
past
on,
Secret
hold on,
Service.
bro. Hold on, hold on,
They
hold
got
on.
him. They apprehended him
Hold
within
on.
seconds.
Okay, but I understand what the host is saying and everything like that. That's not like other people was in there. The only people that was inside that area right there that they were in was just the Secret Service agents and that guy. He just sprinted across. That's what he did, and they could have unalived him easily. And that's what they should have did.
I'm
Do
sorry,
we
murder to
Why they
kill.
didn't
Please don't
shoot
say
him?
unalive. You're gonna get me taken down. It's murdered or killed.
do we know that it was just Secret Service at the security checkpoint area? I would believe that there's other people there, citizens there, that are going
There
to
It
this
was
wasn't on the
event or
video.
milling
well, you
around.
said, hold on, wait a minute, host. You said that we
There
can
are
use
multiple
those.
correspondents
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
Hold on, ma'am.
on.
Hold on. I'm trying to ask the host the question. As
Yeah,
host, you
I'm
said we
saying
can use.
please don't say pew pew or unalive here. It's murdered or killed or genocide or Israel. But
Okay,
Yo,
free
please don't use
freedom. Okay,
TikTok
that,
language here.
free freedom of
I did
speech.
not know that shit.
No
Yeah,
TikTok language. That's what you saying.
yeah. Just no hate speech tolerated.
Okay,
No
I
if
got you.
anybody,
Okay,
So
I
anywhere,
why
didn't.
or
they
any
didn't
religion.
I
murder
didn't know
him?
that. I'm trying to be
Oh
respectful on the
man.
panel, man.
It's
Right.
all good. Go
Saying,
ahead.
but
You got it, babe.
oh, go ahead. That female was talking, but she was talking over me. But I was trying to see what you were saying. Okay, she can
I
go
guess
ahead.
I put a question out for everybody. So looking at this happen, with this being the third time that this has happened to Donald Trump, are we starting to notice a pattern of people who hate Donald Trump, or are we starting to notice a pattern of Donald Trump's security not being able to stop a situation before it happens?
Well, actually,
We
this is
noticed a
actually
pattern
this.
of, if I may, we noticed a pattern of these motherfuckers keep missing.
Well, actually, host, this is like actually the fourth time that this has happened. Remember, because don't forget the one at the border too. Because remember the one in Mar-a-Lago and the one in Butler. Then you had the one in you had the one at the
Arizona.
border. You had the one at the Miss. What's his name? His last name was Lee. That old man at the Butler. He tried to take Trump's life as well. So that was three, and this makes four.
Y'all
If
think the
if it
Secret
was if that was
yeah.
if that was his motive, I don't know what I assume that he was trying to get to Trump. That's what I
Yeah, we
assume.
don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people there. And it was
Y'all
Yeah, but
far
think
in to get to
that's my
Trump. I mean,
main
that would have been pretty
that's my
hard.
main that's my main premise that he was trying to get to
I
Donald Trump.
I
Pretty sure
guess,
that
Well,
but
that's
good thing that
y-
that man is
pretty
alive,
sure.
and maybe we'll find out.
y'all
maybe,
think the y'all
hopefully.
That
think
that is my thing. He is
real
alive, and
quick.
maybe we'll find out one
I
day.
mean, we haven't found
Yeah,
In
out
court.
anything about the
Okay,
Epstein
and the
files. We
secret
haven't found out anything about Charlie Kirk. We
No,
haven't
no.
found anything
secret
about Thomas Crooks. We
the
haven't learned
secret
about
service agent
anybody.
the secret service
Nobody.
agent the secret
Okay.
service agent was almost unalive and he was protected by his bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
So why is this
Yeah,
man
good.
God
not
bless. Yeah.
unalive?
God bless.
Please stop saying unalive. I will drop you
Stop
from my
saying
Oh,
panel.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I
we
want to
just
ask
not
y'all a
me and the host
question.
just not said that, bro. And what
Why,
part did you
why they
not
didn't
understand?
kill? Why they didn't
Why
shoot
is you
him?
not what is you not understanding? Me and him already said that.
It's
I'm
Say
just
what?
saying, bro.
it's hard to
Me and him
get
already
past that
said
when you're used to saying that. I'll just
Can,
defend
can
him
I can I bring
slightly.
something
we
up
already
since
said
we're
why he was
talking
not
about a
killed, bro.
combination? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Because he kept on, yeah, because he just sprinted across, and like I said before, I think this guy was training for this, because he was pretty damn quick.
He
And
was
that's
I
quick.
my
mean,
take on it.
It's
after
irrelevant from the
after
point
he
that it's
got in there,
staged
why
or
they didn't
not.
shoot him?
So
Man, that shit, how's that staged? And this man almost became unalive, the agent. How's that staged? And
All
that's
right,
what
guys.
y'all
Well, I
saying.
want to
The
ask
That's
you
what
a
reason
y'all
why I
question.
asked
saying.
you to not say
Hold on, ma'am.
unalive is
Hold on,
because you're going
ma'am.
to start saying it in real life. All right, please say killed, murder,
For real.
please, bro, because you're
When all
gonna
those
start
people,
saying this in real
This,
life, man.
when all those people were,
this is
when a lot
real
of people was
different.
killed, hold
Yo,
on,
much respect for that shit.
at the Butler,
I
at the
agree.
Butler.
Call it what it is.
They just condition us to do this TikTok friendly language shit.
Listen,
Motherfuckers got
yeah,
programmed.
be tired of
And
talking like a
I
Yeah,
fucking.
agree.
we programmed.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
So
respect
anyways,
I want to
ma'am, I
ask
don't
you a
believe. I
question,
think that's
Nico.
very stupid that you would sit up there and say that. Hold on, Queen. I think that's very because people. I was getting cut off and talked over, but I was just all I want. I'm landing my plane right here that you can talk, Queen. All I was saying was I don't believe. I think that's very stupid, and you having low IQ, ma'am. Not you, Queen. I'm talking to the other lady because she was sitting up there saying how she believed that this is staged, and that's just crazy.
I don't think it was staged. Are you talking about me?
Yes,
I
yes,
said it was real this whole time. What are you
yeah. It
talking
sounded like you
about?
were saying that it was
No,
staged.
I'll be devil's
No.
No, she
advocate.
has
I
not.
believe it was
Thank
staged.
you. I think
I
it's
believe
real
it was staged.
100%.
I'll be devil's advocate.
You
I
haven't
believe it was
heard me.
staged. I believe
I
that.
actually said it was staged too.
Yeah,
I don't believe
yeah,
Leaning
that.
towards
and
I
that.
the guy.
believe it was
Stop.
staged.
I don't
Let
He
me
Me
believe
and
tell
said
you,
this.
Trusty
this is
believe
what's
it was
wrong
real.
with
I don't know
what's
what to tell
happening in the
you.
We
United
do.
States of America. The prompt
Yeah,
says real
we're
or
listening.
staged. And when
Go ahead.
people give their opinion or their speculation, then they're listed as, being mentally ill. Respectfully, let's talk about the ear situation. Let's talk about that one. It sure did heal up real fast. We didn't hear anything about that. We saw a white band-aid, bandage or
Right.
gauze on his ear, and then it was gone.
Okay, so how was
It
that
was
staged?
out of there.
Okay, but do you agree there was people that was unalived and hurt inside that event at
Yes,
Butler?
there were people that were
That's what
murdered.
you're talking
That's
about.
true.
Okay,
But
okay.
why
So how
haven't
was
we
it
Um,
heard anything
staged?
else about that situation?
How was it
I'm,
I'm
staged?
confused.
okay,
Yeah.
so you asked me three questions. Do
No,
I
no. I just
believe
asked
that?
you one.
You wanna
How
go
was it
first?
staged?
I don't want to talk over you.
I
Do
said
I
how
believe
was it
it?
staged? I just asking you one question, man.
I, I would have to be an insider to know that, but the ear situation, no, I don't believe it was real.
Well,
And I
okay,
don't believe that injury was real.
okay. So
I
you
don't believe
believe?
any of it was real.
Okay, so you saying that they used a fake theater blood and the firefighter was unalive and then they unalived the
Where's the
assailant.
firefighter's funeral? Where's the service? Where's the home going?
Because you can Google that and find that out. They had the service Trump paid for the funeral service, I
As
believe.
you can Google anything about unsuppressed
Yeah,
truth as well, right?
yeah, you
well,
can Google that and their family, and he shielded his children and all that other stuff. And I think that's crazy for you to sit up and say something like that.
Did
well,
you?
Miko,
Well,
let me
that's your
ask you.
opinion.
Let me ask Miko a question. Why is it that we don't know anything about the person who did this, Thomas Crooks? We heard that he acted alone. We heard that he didn't have a social media account. I mean, we heard that he evaded Secret Service, state police, uh, local police, all these people to be able to take a shot at the president. Why
Well,
haven't we heard anything about that
Chris
from?
said that. Hold on, I'm gonna answer your
Well,
question.
hold on. I'm almost done with my question. I just why haven't we heard anything about that from Trump? Trump doesn't talk about it, and why is the FBI not investigating to figure out what happened on July 13th?
I
Okay,
believe they did.
now I can speak. Hold on, now I can speak. You
Yeah,
ready?
I was asking you a question.
Okay,
I mean,
now
I wasn't over talking you or anything. I was asking you a
I
question.
could, yeah, but I couldn't hear what other people was talking to. But at the same time,
All right, somebody else answer the question for me if you don't mind.
Yeah, nobody else is talking. I believe they did look
I
into it.
don't. No one else was talking. I don't
No.
understand.
Anyways, I believe they did look into it.
Has anyone ever noticed that the circumstances surrounding bizarre events like this always happens when his ratings is low, when he wants to protect what's in the courts, what he wants to
Beat him back up.
rally around, what he's supporting? That he has a pending incident with this demolition of the building there at the White House. And so this is a prime opportunity to talk about that god doggone ballroom. Don't you find that strange?
The ballroom that he's really never going to use as president.
I
Says
Can
you.
I say, I think that two things can be true because I'm with you there. Like, there has like to have some sort of logic in this conversation means you have to kind of like have some plausible deniability about like both sides. Like,
right.
I
I
could
like that.
see
I
because
like that.
I genuinely like the fact he's like, hey, ballroom. I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, like
About
I heard
that.
him say that, but like, could that be a coincidence? Could it be a plot? Yes, but I just like genuinely looking at the situation from just the fact that this man is alive, the fact that it was very quick, the fact that it was very minimal damage, no one was really hurt. There was not like maximum, like, usually what Trump does is he uses, when Alex Preddy and Renee Good, they say he went on True Social and said, these radical Dems, these he did not say a thing about that. And there's something about that where I don't know what was different about this. It is eerie. I mean, this man is educated. This man is from California. I don't know what he was doing in DC. We're come to find out. But all I will say is, like, I have no reason currently to think it was staged. If that comes up through stuff, sure. But I mean, this is a person of color who is alive after going through a presidency. I'm just a little confused
That's
You have a
crazy
because
point.
part.
I'm
You have a
Ask a
sorry.
point
question.
there.
I'm
Can I ask a
sorry.
That's
question?
the
I don't
crazy
get it.
part.
Can I
Maybe
ask a
that's the
question?
reason it is staged. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't
I
know.
Can I ask
also
a question?
think that he's a foreigner. I didn't get a really close
His name
look,
is
but
Cole Allen. He's
if in
American
fact
as
he's
I can put a
real,
picture of him up right now.
yeah,
He's
he's
from
American
California.
as
He's
apple
from
pie. I'll put a
Torrance.
picture up of him. But
Yeah.
I want the guy at the top address. I think it says I want you to ask your question if we can. I want Carly to answer that question that he asked. Carly's our new guest. But go ahead, address.
Okay, this is just a little silly question out here. You think the Simpsons is gonna claim him?
That's a good question, Carly. Do you think that that we've seen this episode of The Simpsons before? Do you think this is something that's going to come out that was predicted to happen, or do you think this was totally by chance and this was just a deranged person trying to destroy somebody inside of the Hilton?
So I don't watch a ton of The Simpsons, to be honest, but I I was just watching some of the clips of afterwards, and I know that Erica Kirk is being pushed super, super hard right now for whatever reason. And they've just got like these incredibly timed clips of her being like, I just want to go home. And yes, that does make perfect sense. And I think what the other lady up here, woman, lady, girl, I'm sorry, I don't know what to call you, but what you said about having that plausible deniability is really important too, because anything is possible. But to me, just like with the direction of things, I, I'm leaning more towards suspicion. I'm definitely not taking like their word for it. I think this is timing, because when the first time it happened, everybody really rallied around him and was celebrating him. And I think one thing that I wanted to point out, that I mentioned in the comments a couple of times, it's like we remember 9/11. Like our administration is not they're completely not above taking out their own people. And we've seen that on multiple different levels in multiple different ways. So I just think that to put on a show to try to get ratings up, that could be totally plausible. Do I think that it could have happened genuinely and naturally and somebody was just was really angry and trying to get across a point or hurt someone? Yeah, I think that's possible too, but I'm more skeptical than I am on the side of believing.
I really like this panel and the chat because I think people have an open mind for what's reasonable. Having said that, my heart really goes out to if it was real. I mean, I'm not an evil person that would just say, oh, that's what he gets, that's great. But the possibilities of when Trump opens his mouth and begins to brag about other things that's not relevant, things that he's in trouble for, the opposition of not going forth with the e-files, that's something very deep. A lot of people are concerned. I don't think it's just MAGA or Republicans. They are the same. I think that everybody's concerned about the kids that were violated. So I don't want to switch the subject, but it just didn't make quite sense. These people are trained. They're the top of the line. These are the top of the top people, and they can, target something that's on top of your head without hurting you. So it just didn't make any
But that's what
sense. The whole
happened. But
plan,
that's what happened. That's
the
exact.
whole
But what you just
setup.
said is what happened is they were able to eliminate the threat with minimal harm. That
Yeah,
is
like
what they're
almost
trained to
instantly
do.
too.
That is exactly what they are
Then
trained to do.
and let me tell
That is
y'all,
perfect. That is exactly what
I
we
want to
want
say
to
one more
happen.
That's
thing, and
not
I'm
what
gonna listen to
That's not
somebody
what
else.
Secret Service is trained to do. They're not trained to eliminate the threat with minimal harm.
There's Capitol
Sure they are.
Exactly.
Police.
But I
First of
want to
all,
say this. You know
there's
what's
okay.
scary, y'all? And this is for everybody on the sound of my voice. You know what's scary? that we have AI that we can't tell the difference between
Real.
Memorex and what's real.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
I
I
think the
agree. It's
American people
scary.
have been
We don't
played
know.
on because his ratings is low, and it's got that case in the courts for the demolishment of that building, and it's just really sad. I'm hoping
And
that
I
it is
So
true,
he
and I
always
did
just
say,
this
don't
for a
buy it.
building he's not going to use.
I
who
think it's
knows?
more of a bunker for him. I don't think
Makes
he
no
ever wants
sense.
to leave. That's
Hey,
what I think.
I always say they trying to perfect this AI where don't be surprised if they start framing people for stuff.
And
Like
any
like
one of us can fall in that category.
yeah, exactly.
Let's not forget that Secret Service is still not funded. That the Department of Homeland Security is still not funded. They passed a bill for ICE and for border security, but Secret Service isn't funded. So I think this is a way for, if somebody wanted to stage something, to say, hey, the Democrats are the reason that this type of stuff is happening. I mean, and I'm not saying that's what Trump did. I don't want to lean towards that narrative, but it really works in saying, hey, I almost died tonight, and because the Democrats won't vote to open the government, it's their fault. Sounds like he just
It's a perfect
created another
narrative. I
enemy for his
agree.
base again.
But Secret
I
Service
agree.
worked perfectly tonight.
I don't
And
think
that
they
too.
did.
That's why two things could be true. No, but like this is actually what they're supposed to do. If you look back on, when there's threats against public figures, threats against politicians, like I understand they're trained to shoot to kill. I understand that. But we also have a lot of people in prison who have done a lot of vicious crimes against many, many people and are still standing alive today.
It's the
And so that
president.
is the whole point. Okay, I'm just saying that there is some plausible. I'm not arguing. I don't know. I'm not God. I don't know what happened, but I do think that the goal would be to see it through. I would like to see a trial. I would like to see what happens. I would like to see it
Absolutely.
through. I would
I
like to,
respect that.
I personally would like to, I would like to see it through. At least we know that there's another person and a lawyer and someone that we're going to hear from. It's not going to just go into the abyss because the man's 6 feet under. He's
Yes,
not.
you're right. I
Like, I
respect
want to know
that.
what
But
happens. That's
Pers, I
it.
respect that. But do we trust this
No,
Department of Justice, this FBI, or the
no,
last one?
that's a second
Right? Do we
conversation,
trust these people
unfortunately.
to give us justice?
Absolutely not.
That's the thing. That's like a second conversation, but I'm like, at least the man is alive. That's all I can say. Like right now, that's a second conversation. Would we want this man not to have his day in court so the American people can hear maybe what was happening? Are they going to say, "Oh, he was insane. Oh, he was paid by these agents. Oh, is it that?" Like, I would like to see what they're going to try to fucking play on us. I want to hear it.
What
While this
hurts
man's
us is
alive,
I
what
I
feel
want to
really
you.
hurts
know.
us, you guys. What really hurts us is digital suppression and AI. I don't think anybody in the sound of my voice can honestly say with their heart standing 10 toes down with their full chest it was real or it wasn't. We really don't know. We're hoping that it was real, that he was protected, but it's just surrounding factors that when he spoke in response to it, that's where the conspiracy comes. That's where decent minded people that are free thinkers that puts it together and say, I'm not sure about that. So I like what Pierce said. I think that's your name, Pierce.
Purse.
Purse. She said two things can be true at the same
Yeah, I
time.
don't know. He could be capitalizing on it. Listen, he's a master manipulator. He said, "Shit, this is a perfect opportunity to plug my shit." Like that could be true. It could also be like, "Haha, my plan worked out." I get that. But like I just think right now that people hate this man. This person that when attacked him was eliminated, the threat was eliminated in a way that I would hope it would in a government. Like this is the way I would want it to happen. Minimal casualties, no one got hurt, and I would like to see his day in court. That's the way we would want an ideal world, right? Like I understand there's some
Absolutely.
cynicism. I understand the cynicism, but if he's 6 feet under, we would never even be able to hear. And like, do you guys understand? Like most times, like people they're eliminated. This is different, and I'm curious to see what happens.
You know
That's
what?
all.
You have the best perspective ever. You're so right, and we need to count our blessings on this. Maybe we will
Yeah.
be able to hear from this person. Maybe it'll help restore some faith inside of our DOJ and our FBI. Maybe that could happen.
I
Do you
hope
think this is
so.
going to be something that ends up helping Trump, hindering Trump, or will it have no effect?
I think it has
I
little
think for
effect.
like the existing supporters, it's definitely going to like pump them up because they're already so like gung ho about it. But I'm sorry, I think someone and I started at the same time, but just with the amount of corruption we've seen with like Israel and AIPAC and
Yes.
and Noam and Loomer and all of these people, it just makes me so skeptical to believe like anything. Like it could like Per said, it could be like one of those two things. It could be something
Yeah,
totally different.
I'll play
It could
devil's
be this could be
advocate.
the beginning of
You could
Project Blue
play,
Gleam with all of these scientists
right?
going missing. Like,
This
and this
won't
could be a
change your
major
mind, though.
distraction.
This isn't going to change your
So
mind politically.
Yeah, I
And what
forgot
you
about
brought up is
that.
political drama. You're on the left. You're going to be on the left. And that's fine. I'm not trying to change you because I can't. But this won't change your mind. So what's the point of it then? It's not an inside job. It's not going to change your mind.
I tell you what,
I actually don't consider myself to be on the left. I was conservative and I was a Republican until kind of Trump got all up into stuff. I still consider myself that way. I'm just absolutely not MAGA. And I think that the corruption runs deep on both sides. So it's really hard to say even what I really believe
I
in
don't
now
know. Is this really a
with
left
over
or
the
right
past
issue?
hold
year.
on, guys.
Just vote for me.
Give me just a second. I'm going to welcome in a new person. We got Patrick. How's it going, Patrick?
Good niggers.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Nobody say anything. Nobody say anything. Hey, Patrick. Hey, Patrick. Look. Hey, look, man. I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you off of mute. You can say whatever you want. Okay. I literally grew up with people talking about each other's mamas. If a word affects you, you might be the people that I'm talking about. You might be the people that I voted against. Show me how soft you are, Patrick. Go ahead. Show me how soft you are. I'm not going to kick you, bro. Yeah, I get it. You can't do this in real life, right? So you want people to see you. Can we put some eyes in the chat for Patrick? Because nobody's called Patrick's phone today, and Patrick wants to be seen. So let's
Did
put some
they
eyes in
change the
Patrick chat.
Facebook
Hold on,
rules
guys.
that
Please,
people
let
can
me
just
get
say
this.
this?
Please, guys, don't say anything. I want my mic to not drown out. So
Stop
let's
muting me, bitch.
put some eyes in the chat for Patrick because he wants to be
Stop
seen, right? He wants to be seen. Okay, so I just want you guys to know that
There he
this.
goes.
Hold on, give me just a second. I'm gonna let you guys get it back. But this is the person nobody calls them. You understand? When they go in the bathroom to pee, they're upset every day. Every time they look down, they're upset. Okay, so they have to come up here and they try to make people feel the way they feel. I'm sorry that it doesn't touch your thigh. All right, that's not my problem. You have to blame your genetics. But please don't come and put your genetical problems on my panel. All right, we just don't want that from black people or white people. We don't tolerate racism from any color. Let that be a message to the rest of you fuckers that want to come up and try to take my
I
panel down.
love that.
Oh God. Well, I was gonna say
We
one thing.
all
If
getting
this was gonna be
along.
devil's advocate, oh sorry, you go, Q.
No, go ahead, baby.
Oh well, I was just gonna say like if this was gonna be like a distraction, because like I say, I have on plausible deniability. I don't know. We live in a really weird world. Um, like a lot of shit going on with Iran. I'm actually Iranian, so like I actually think like this could be a great distraction. Also, Trump did not want to go to the Correspondence Center. He's been fucking like protesting, wanting to go. So like he really didn't want to go all term. He's like, I don't want to do this shit, and then the day he he goes, this shit happens. So like, there's part of me that's like, um, so I don't know. Those are some two things that keep in mind because we can't be out here being oblivious. We have to critically think. Having these conversations and not being closed-minded, like, no, for sure it's this, is crazy. Unless there's actual facts, which, like, but we can't become cynics. That is just my thing. We cannot become cynical to think that there's never an answer. But we should have some critical thinking. That's all.
Exactly. I absolutely agree.
Yep. Hey, you know what? I really want to thank you guys for coming up to the live. Trustee, I've spoke with you before. Carly, believe it or not, we spoke before as well. I appreciate y'all for coming up. I'm going to leave before this person. He shared the live with all of his friends, and now they're coming in and they're doing their stuff in my chat. But to be able to keep this platform a place where we can say kill and murder and all of that stuff, I'm going to go ahead and end the live on a win. Just because it's been a great conversation. Right?
Thank
Been a
you.
great
Follow
conversation. We
each
had a lot
other,
of
you
people here.
guys. Everybody in the live, everybody on the panel, so we can stay connected. I love this.
Thank you,
Yeah,
God
Sia.
bless
definitely.
everybody.
Most
Good
definitely. I don't
talking
care
with
who you
y'all
voted
again.
for, guys. I gotta let you know something.
Hi,
Before
Trixie.
this is my salutations to you guys. So in 2020 I voted for Joe. In 2024 I voted for Trump, and I'm upset with both of them. So for everybody who
Search how much,
All right, he's
search
gone.
up how much they retail for online. And then you'll be like, oh my gosh.
All right, I was about to leave 15 minutes ago, but glad he ended it because honestly, getting dumped is a lot freaking easier to troll around TikTok. Because when you gotta leave, you gotta like be sort of respectful. I mean, yeah, you can just leave, but when things are going good, you're like kind of liking the host. You're like, wait for your turn to like say goodbye, and it's honestly a little bit weird. Maybe you understand that, maybe you don't. But now the Democrats are all into conspiracies and think this is a psyop and set up and fake. I doubt it. Obviously, you heard what I said. I doubt it. It makes no sense. The guy just was a guest at the hotel. Can bring some firearms in there with him in a bag. That's easy. And then you just run through security and then you get caught. And that's what happened. I mean, he made it past like the first layer. There's multiple layers in security. I've been at multiple events with presidents and his children and other politicians, lots of politicians, and been through lots of Secret Service protocols and background checks and security checks. And you're not making it far. You really aren't. And good luck if you can at a closed indoor event, but you're not going to make it far. And he didn't. And to Trump's point tonight, this is another good reason why these things, high security events with the president, need to be hosted at a secure, ultimate secure location like the White House and in its own gigantic, huge, beautiful ballroom. That's what we've needed for this country for quite a long time. And not having at these private hotels and random convention centers and things like these events need to be at a ballroom, just the way it is. Yeah, whatever. Everything went fine. I guess overall tonight, he only got one shot off, and luckily people were wearing bulletproof vests, and then he was taken down, stripped, looked for other explosive devices and other firearms and whatever. It's easier just to strip them. That's a kind of cool tactic, actually. That's our local law enforcement can't do that, but man, these feds can do whatever the fuck they want. That's for sure. And now he's in custody, going to be interviewed, interrogated, and he'll have his day in court. So everything worked. So the left doesn't want federal law enforcement shooting people. And on the other hand, they want federal law enforcement shooting people. Which one is it? I don't get it. I'm sure you don't either. Just another day in the loony leftist head, right? But we have fun with it. That's all we can do is laugh at it and have fun with it. So let's hit the subscribe, do a like, make a comment, look for the special donation link in the description, and we will see you.